Plano, Texas, February 23rd, or thereabouts. A man steps outside for a smoke. The suburbs are still, silent, almost too still. He looks out over the horizon, past the fences and the rooftops, and sees it, a water tower. Ordinary, familiar, except it moves. Not a wobble, not the wind. No, this structure, this thing, has purpose. It shifts, it watches, it knows. So naturally, he films it. Because when you see a city utility preparing for battle, the only sane response is to press record. And then, something else happens. A weight behind the eyes, a drift. The mind softens, the body forgets, as if the very air carries sedatives, or perhaps something worse. The footage begins to fracture, strange distortions, an unseen interference, the kind of thing that doesn't show up in local weather reports. What begins as a casual glance becomes a glimpse into a war most of us will never see. A war hidden in plain sight. Now, to the untrained eye, the footage may appear unimpressive, a shaky camera, a distant shape, static. But watch closely. Observe the rhythm. The lens begins to falter, the hands holding it lose strength. This isn't fatigue. This is influence. Not a weapon, not a tranquilizer. This is biological diplomacy, a method designed not to harm, but to neutralize. Subtle, effective, rehearsed. And then, dust. A puff rising from the horizon. Not smoke, not wind, no sound. Just dust. A vehicle, perhaps, or something smaller, quieter, deliberate. And that's when the jamming begins in earnest. You think it's over? But no. You're dropped again. Not by gravity, not by exhaustion, by design. They don't want to erase you. They just want to pause you, long enough to finish what they're doing. Look again. The tower has changed. You can't explain how. You just know. It's different. Like it's moving between frame. Is it mechanical, biological, or something stranger? There are two possibilities. First, imagine trillions of microscopic machines, nanites, bound by hive intelligence, capable of rearranging form, mass, purpose. One moment, a tower. The next, a sentinel, a guardian, a weapon. It explains everything. The shifting shape, the coordinated movement, even the sleep field. Why fight with lasers when you can simply reprogram biology? Or perhaps this isn't a structure at all. Perhaps what you see is light. Controlled, sculpted, hardened into physical matter, a hologram that punches back. What if there's a vessel in low orbit, projecting avatars to the ground? Real enough to make footprints, strong enough to subdue you, but impermanent. The moment you look away, they collapse back into photons. Two explanations, neither comforting, both possible. And so, they drop you again. Like a hand gently pressing you back into sleep. You try to fight it. You want to watch. But this isn't a dream you're allowed to stay awake for. The signal fracture isn't random. This is targeted suppression. Not of the subject, but of the witness. Something is aware of you. Not curious, not kind, but cautious. It doesn't want you dead. Just confused. Just enough to back away. And that is when you leave. Not out of fear, not even defeat, just instinct. The kind of survival reflex buried so deep in human DNA, it predates words. So, what are we left with? A structure that moves without moving. A camera forced to sleep. Distortions that obey no algorithm. And a landing with no sound. Is it alien? Possibly. Military? Less likely. Interdimensional? Now you're just being dramatic. But here's the part that matters. You didn't imagine it. You captured it. And that means, so can anyone. How many more stand quietly among us, waiting, watching, camouflaged not by cloaking fields, but by assumption? They don't need to hide in the shadows. They hide in infrastructure. The question is not, what did you see? The question is, how long has it been seeing you? Sleep well.